all. I have quit worrying about when I'm going to do the prayer up here because it seems like for the life of me I can't keep up with my schedule. So I think about stuff during the week. Sometimes it's sort of based on, or most of the time it's sort of based on what's going on in my life. But I guess I know me in a way. I know some things about me better than I know about anybody else. So maybe that's something that I can talk about that might be helpful without being too redundant. But what I wanted to talk about today and to pray about is that I wasn't extremely happy with the way our elections went, but I was very happy about a couple of things. And I was processing that, thinking to myself, okay, how do I want to deal with it? Where do I need to be spiritually with this? Do I need to keep working hard on not being angry? Or do I need to keep allowing myself to be angry and then go through the process of letting it go? Well, I had a young lady that I had a therapy session with this past week, and I thought about our discussion. And she's one of those young women that's really motivated to try to be happy and to try to do good in this world. But in her personal life, she's had some pretty rough spots. But she sees herself as doing everything that she possibly can. And we talked the other day about how change comes too slow sometimes. And she's, of course, where many of us are, struggling with whether it's right to give up on it and to say to heck with it, or whether it's right to continue to forgive and to continue to love, or is she just giving up if she does it that way? And I shared with her that it took me years to get to the point that I could see that I was actually making improvement and that I was actually building one spiritual and emotional state on top of growth with another. And sometimes the things that spur me on the most to grow are the things that are the most painful. Even if I don't do it right, even if I don't do my part right, if I can be still and think about it, I can see where it may very well be much, much better than it was the last time around that I dealt with something like that. So this is what I'm praying for. We made some progress in this county. We made some beautiful progress. And my wish and my belief is that we as humanity, all of us, not just the folks in here, but we're all growing, and we're all growing at different rates. And we're all getting a chance to evolve. And if I feel angry today, but yesterday I felt all calm and peaceful and loving, next week I may be angry again. But if I can come to that sense of peace and that sense of love and that sense of awareness that God's got this, Spirit's got this. And we don't all get to reach the place that we're striving for at the same time rate, and not even in the same way. And some people's evolution may not suit me, and others may just flabbergast me. But my job is to keep building. And that means that I've got to keep building in love, and I've got to keep building in trust. And I am hoping that we can all do that. And that the people outside of here, that our energy will spread to the people who may not have the energy that we have. And so I'm just going to take a second here and ask higher power to help us to continue to connect and to love and to accept. That doesn't mean give up. It means accept the land, the ground that we're standing on today, and accept that there are some things that we can do through love and through willingness. And so it is.
Understanding everything that's going on, and you were saying, okay, you were saying like maybe one day, maybe even next week when we're angry again, we'll find the peace, but the peace is always there. We just have to focus on it, regardless of what the outer circumstances are stating. That's what this song is about. It's always there. Just look for it. There's a hero. If you look inside your heart, you don't have to be afraid of what you are. There's an answer. If you reach into your soul, and the sorrow that you know will melt away. Then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can't survive when you feel like hope is gone. Look inside you and be strong, and you finally see the truth that a hero lies in you. It's a long road when you face the world alone. No one reaches out a hand for you to hold. You can find love if you search within yourself, and the emptiness you felt will disappear. Then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, Just cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive when you feel like hope is gone. Look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth that a hero lies in you. What did I do? Did I turn it off? Okay. A hero lies in you. Peace lies in you. Joy lies in you. Love lies in you. What did I do? Did I turn it off? Okay. Perfect. I don't know either. All right. Love you guys. Good to see you. All right, y'all take care. That was good. All right, Whitney. All right. All right. Yeah.
Well, good morning. Welcome to Unity of Chattanooga Sunday Celebration Service. My name is Amanda Adamson, and I am a willing expression of the divine in human form, a hybrid being of sorts. And guess what? So are you. I want to send a special welcome to those viewing us on Facebook today or who will view us later on YouTube. We would love to have a thumbs up, a comment that you let us know that you're here with us. And if you find this message inspiring, please share it with your friends and family. So, do we have anyone here at Unity of Chattanooga for the first time today? Please let us know. We have a little packet of information. Welcome. There's a little pink slip on the back. If you fill that out, you will get our bi-monthly newsletter, and we promise just twice a month put on, and Penny does that for us, and it really helps us share the good news about what's going on here. Okay, so we are here to, they're looking nervous, to give you to give you a blessing, and we mean this sincerely. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold Christ in you. So the Christ in you is the divine presence in you. It's not out there somewhere. It is in you as you expressing through every time you choose love over fear, compassion over judgment, and alignment over avoidance. The Christ in you is your truest identity, your inner authority, your unshakable center, the eternal essence that remembers what we are even when we forget. We are whole, we are beloved, and we are deserving of joy, health, abundance, and goodness. So Unity of Chattanooga is a part of Unity Worldwide Ministries. We're a dynamic new thought movement that began, I have to take a deep breath before I say this, hold on. As a positive, practical, progressive approach to Christianity in the 1890s. We focus on the love and enlightenment Jesus discovered and taught in his ministry, along with universal truths from other spiritual paths. We don't hold the market on truth. We are open and receptive to the unfoldment of new ideas, new revelations through the sciences and our ever-evolving universal consciousness. And all are welcomed here to be empowered and supported to live authentically. And this is a little corny, but I'm going to say it anyway. As Tom Petty reminds us in his song, I Won't Back Down. There's many paths, one truth, and will is that power that helps us stand on it. So this is August, and the power of the month is will. The color is silver. I believe the nerve center is the frontal part of the brain. It's an executive function. I'm trying to think what else. Matthew. is the disciple represented by will. In unity, the power of will is not about forcing, pushing, or muscling our way through life. That works for a while. It can work for a short period of time, but Charles Fillmore, our co-founder, described will as the executive faculty of the mind, the spiritual ability to choose, direct, and commit our thoughts in alignment with divine mind. Will is the part of us that says yes or no, not from ego, but from spiritual clarity. When will is guided by love and wisdom, it becomes the inner compass that helps us choose the highest good. It's that quiet strength that lets us pause before reacting, the inner shift that says, I am willing to see this differently. Will is that power to pivot, to change. And just as Corliss, our beautiful prayer chaplain, was sharing, it's a choice. Initially, maybe not, but once we realize, do I want to stay here in this emotion, or do I want to shift? And we have that. There's a beautiful crossover with Buddhism here. Buddhism teaches cetana, the power of intention or volition. Cetana is the mental factor that directs the mind toward a goal. It's the inner movement that organizes our thoughts and actions. In both Unity and Buddha's teachings, intention is creative, choice is powerful. The direction of our mind determines the direction of our life. And so how do we harness, how do we activate, how do we turn on this power of will? It's already there for us to utilize. We use will every time we choose peace over panic, every time we direct our thoughts towards what we want instead of what we fear or don't want, every time we commit to returning into an alignment with our Christ consciousness, and it shows up as choice, direction, and commitment, staying aligned with truth even when distractions or imagined limitations try to pull us off course. And will is not about, controlling outcomes. It's choosing a higher consciousness from which we meet life. So one thing you can do every day, or I like to do every day, especially if I'm not feeling as groovy as I want to feel, I ask myself, am I aligned harmoniously with divine will, or have I strayed into the old habit of resistance or force that to me means I'm being led by the adverse ego in my thinking and actions. I get to evaluate, get to pause. So will is the spiritual power to choose, direct, and commit our thoughts in alignment with divine will. We claim the power of divine will by affirming, I choose love, I direct with wisdom, and I commit to the highest good. And when we live from that choice, gently, intentionally, and with spirit leading the way, we have a much happier day. All right, y'all. Since will is all about choosing with intention, let's look at all the good things we can choose to be a part of this week here at Unity of Chattanooga. Here's a few announcements. Tonight, the Chattanooga Friends, also known as the Quakers, good bunch of people, by the way, invites you to attend Hiroshima Nagasaki Memorial, commemorating those who died in the nuclear, thank you. That was George Bush, wasn't it? Bombing of those two cities at the close of World War II. It will be held at the walking bridge between the Hunter Art Museum and the Walnut Street Bridge. The silent vigil is from 8 to 9 p.m. Okay, so we have Linda O'Brien who's going to come up and give us an update.
Good morning, everyone. We will be kicking off, and thank you for your patience. I got really ill, and it was a longer-term heal, so I kind of had to set the auction down for a little while to finish healing. But we will kick off our online Facebook auction next Sunday, the 16th at noon. It will run for 2 weeks. So I am in the process of putting all of the items that have been donated, and thank you for donating. I have so many more items than I thought we would have at this point. So I am getting them in there. As soon as I finish, we will attach a link to the Friends of Unity of Chattanooga Facebook page to the online auction Facebook page, and then you guys can go there and click on the link, and then we'll start. But it's next Sunday at noon, we'll kick it off. And at the top of the picture, there'll be a little description, maybe a value and a starting bid, and then in the comment section of that post for that item, you can start placing your bids. And then, of course, at the end of the 2 weeks, whoever has the highest bid will win that item. So, but if you have any more questions, please get with me after the service. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda, for all the energy and love and enthusiasm, and the board for coming up with this. We appreciate y'all. Yes, Sarah.
I have an announcement. I have 2 cards ready to sign. Ishmael's having problems with his foot. So heel, foot, heel. And I think as a group, we haven't contacted Margaret lately, so just a little thinking of you to go out for her. We'll be back here with a pen on each.
Thank you so much, Sarah Lord. So what Sarah just said is she has 2 cards for everyone to sign. One is for Margaret Dexter, who hasn't been able to attend in a while, and the other is for our good friend Ishmael, who is having, and he's a dancer, he's a ballroom dancer, is having some issues with his foot. So along with them, please hold our good friend Kate Lavery in prayers. She's having some issues and some pain. So Kate, we love you, we're thinking about you, and we're holding you in our thoughts and sending you good vibrations and love, our friend.
And a card is in the making.
And a card is in the making, Sarah, promises.
I've got a request also.
Sure.
My partner is going to have orthopedic surgery Thursday, and it's pretty big one. She's going to be totally non-weight bearing on the right foot for a while, and she's very tall, and she says that coordination is not her best point, and we are a bit concerned about her getting around, and we've got everything lined up that we can possibly think of to do, but we definitely need prayers and celebration of her recovery.
All right, and our good friend Corliss just shared about her partner Jan, who is. Where did I come up with Jan? I don't know. Did you ever have a Jan? No, Jan's okay. I thought maybe I was intuiting something there. Sorry, Deb. So Deb is undergoing some orthopedic surgery, and there's some concerns with the recovery. And if anybody has maybe that lives close by wants to give Corliss a hand with anything you guys need, yes, we can send thoughts and prayers, but sometimes we can get off the couch and go do a little good for someone else too. If
We
we
have got wonderful neighbors, let me say.
awesome, awesome.
They have this two, one is younger, one couple's younger than us, the other couple's a little older than us, and boy, have they rallied behind us. And so,
That's awesome. Okay, so she's saying she's got great support. So, but food is another thing. No. So Deb, we hold you in the love and the light that all will go according and guide the surgeon's hands as you have your orthopedic surgery. Thank you, Linda O'Brien, again. And let's remember that. And I've got to, promote it to everyone you know, because we would really, as a community, like to, I don't want to say pick other people's pockets, but it would be great, you know what I mean, to bring in some outside funds. Okay, so we have 2 upcoming events for you to know about. On Wednesday, August 6th at 6 p.m., her Alchemy group will present The Threshold of Bountiful Returns. That's a great name. This is an opportunity to pause within the fullness of August and survey the living garden of your soul through guided discussion, meditation, and personal reflection. You will explore what is flowered, what is bearing fruit, and what is finally ready to be acknowledged, received, celebrated, shared, and released. And you can see Gnome Stark right over here if you have any more questions about that. Also, mark your calendars for Friday, August the 21st. Laura and Eric Miller will be hosting a new 6-week evening spiritual connection group in their home. These classes will be based on the teachings of Reverend Justin Epstein, who Eric and Laura are huge friends of. They used to attend his church. And he currently serves at the Unity Center in New York. I guess they weren't members of his church, but they have a close relationship. They're from Nevada. This class will go from 5:30 to 7 p.m., so everyone can drive home when it is still light out. There's a sign-up sheet in the back. If you would please look at that so they get an idea of how many people are going to be coming. And next Sunday, Reverend Jean Bell will return from CSL in Atlanta, and her talk title is Embracing Our Divinity. And I really enjoy her as a speaker. She hasn't been here in a minute either.
She took over as senior minister down in it.
Oh, she's had a promotion, senior minister, so we're very, very fortunate to get to have her here next week. Great energy. So, speaking of embracing, now's the time to embrace each other with a smile or a kind word, and we'll be back in about 3 or 4 minutes. All right, my friends. That one's kind of lame, isn't it? Yeah. I'm just going to stand here and grin while y'all find your seats. Oh. So we are excited to welcome our guest speaker today. He is a retired leader and founder of the Center of Spiritual Living, which he founded in Nashville 35 years ago. Is that correct? Almost 40. We need an update.
I was only 5.
Oh, 5 years old. What a prodigy. He is now a treasured guest speaker at New Thought churches, helping people make positive changes in their lives. He delivers a powerful message that inspires by communicating the good news of New Thought in word and deed. He is also a gifted teacher as well as a singer-songwriter. Do you dance?
Only when forced to.
And when forced to, he can dance. So, the last time he visited us, he left us with a great affirmation. So, y'all remember this? This is my exciting brand new day, and I am creating it in a brand new way. I thought y'all I didn't know we had a slide. So, I'm really delighted to get to listen to you today. So, come on up and let's welcome Reverend Dr. Mitch Johnson.
Okay, who wants to be saved? Oh, wrong church. This church is about change, right? Someone agree with me. This church is about change. There's an old story that I love of a lady who talked about her fiance. Told her, he said, here's why. She's discussing why she broke up with her fiance with a girlfriend. And she said to the girlfriend said, well, he asked you to quit smoking, and you did? She said, yes. And he asked you to lose weight, and you did? She says, yes. And he asked you to change the way you were acting, and you did? And she says, yes. Well, then why did you break up with him? Just because I thought I could do better. Well, we can always do better. After I got out of college, I got a job selling medical equipment to doctors and hospitals and stuff like that. But when I started, I would walk around outside the office. Anybody here ever been in sales? I would walk around outside the office and go, they don't want it today. I don't know if I can sell anything or not. Besides that, I'm not sure they even like me. And so I wasn't getting anywhere. And so I thought, well, I'm going to ask this other guy who's a salesman, who's a very successful salesman, what he did. And he said, Mitch, those doctors, just like you, get up in the morning, shave and shower, go to the bathroom, just like you do, and they're no better and no worse than you. You were hired by this company because they thought you were good enough to be successful, that you were good enough to sell, to persuade, and them of the benefits of your products. So, he said this to me, if you will just start acting like you've got something good to sell, and acting like you're more than good at selling, you will be as successful as I am and maybe even better. Then he told me to write this down. Now, this is the time I didn't know about affirmations or things like that. And he said, I want you to write this down 10 times a day. Now, there's a reason for writing it down, and I'll get to that in a minute. And so I wrote down, I am a good salesman, and I sell a good product. And I wrote that down 10 times a day. And I wrote it in a card, and I kept it in my pocket. And I kept it in my bag of stuff that I was showing, and I kept it on the dashboard of my car. And I said that every day, and I wrote it down every day. Now, I didn't know about affirmations then, or the power of them. But I know that writing down something that you desire connects you immediately to your subconscious mind. That's where all the power is, you know. That's where spirit is in you. That's where God in you. So he said this successful statement. He said, if you pay attention to what you want, you will automatically not be paying attention to what you don't want. Should I say that again? Because I want you to understand something. Where your attention goes, your life is going there. Now, it took me a while to get that in my life because, like it or not, I was born in Kentucky. In Muhlenberg County, and we were part of the hard-headed Johnsons. But, so anyhow, I started getting that, and I remember the first time I was going through a hard time. I moved to California, and I was trying to make it as an actor and a singer and stuff out there. And I was having a hard time. I know none of you have ever had a hard time, so you can't relate to this. But so someone invited me to go to a Science of Mind church, and I said, no, been there and done that with churches. I was raised Southern Baptist, so I don't think I need to go there. And they said, no, this is different. So I went, and I went to a Unity church there. And I liked what I heard. So anyhow, back to my story where I'm walking around in front. And he said, do you know something? This other salesman said, I get this book. And he gave me a book by Dale Carnegie, written in the 1930s, called How to Win Friends and Influence People. And in the book, Dale Carnegie said, if you act enthusiastic, you will be enthusiastic. Now, that sounded like utter nonsense to me at the time. I thought, what? This guy doesn't know how hard it is to sell things. This guy doesn't know didn't see how difficult it is for me to pretend that something is so that really isn't so. Yet I read and I pretended to be a good salesperson, and I became enthusiastic. And lo and behold, my sales increased. I acted as though I was, and I became what I acted like. Now, one of the first people in the West to write that down was Leo Tolstoy. You know that name? War and Peace, Russian philosopher and writer. He said this, act as if you are, and you will become such. William James, at Harvard, the father of modern psychology, said, act as if what you do makes a difference, for it does. Everybody stand up. Just indulge me, if you can. And stand with your legs apart and put your hands on your hips like this. You know what this is? It's the Wonder Woman Superman pose. Now, I'm not being facetious here, but what kind of facetious? What goes on here is you're connecting your vagus nerve, your spinal column, the whole of you is engaged in this process, and it builds confidence. So say this, I am. I am. Good. Good. And so are you. And so are you. I am here. I am here. To bless. To bless. And be blessed. And be blessed. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, well, you got it. But here's something you may not know. Here's something you may not know. Dr. James Doty, who's a medical doctor, who's actually a neurosurgeon, wrote a book called, a couple of years ago, called Mind Magic. Mind Magic. And it's the neuroscience of change. And he came across that and became a doctor and, all kinds of things in his life by utilizing these principles. And he gave us a scientific insight. The neuroscience of acting as if. The neuroscience. So he says, write down a little story or a paragraph of something about your desire. Make it a little story as if it has already happened. So remember, it's connected to your subconscious mind. So you write it down as if it's already happened. Now you're not looking at yourself. You're there in the story. You understand what I'm saying? So you write this down, and you write it 10 times, he says. And you write it at least once a day. And you look at it, and you pay attention to it. And you get a picture in your mind, a vision of it, that portrays the end result. And what do I mean by the end result? Well, let's say your desire was to get a promotion at work. Okay? So the end result would be you see your boss coming up to you, shaking your hand, putting his arm around you, maybe saying, congratulations, you got that promotion. And you hear it, and you sense it, and you feel his shaking hand just as if he's there. Now, understand me, you can do this. You have within you the great power of imagination. You have these cells in your brain called mirror neurons, which shows you that you can imagine. Has anybody here ever imagined anything when you were a kid? Yeah. I mean, it can be as simple as this. If you close your eyes, just imagine you're holding a tennis ball. Have you got that? You know what that feels like? Now, imagine you're holding a baseball. Is that different? Now, imagine you're holding a golf ball. Is that different? Now, okay, come back. This is important. You have that power. Now, you're going to have to practice it more to get really good at it, because it's just like anything else. The more you practice it, the more your brain starts creating new connections, new neurons, new stuff, and the neuroscience becomes, it wires together, and it becomes stronger and stronger, and it becomes habitual until suddenly you feel like it. That's strange. So the more you do it, the more hormones, the more neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin are released in your brain, and you feel good about it. And you will, through persistence, persuade yourself that your desire is true. And I want to tell you, most of us were born into this three-dimensional experience thinking, oh, everything that's real is this, outside of me. It's not. It's only as real because you think it's real. When you change what you think and what you are able to believe, that outside will change. I have seen this in my own life so many times. I have seen it in the lives of other people who've attended my classes and who've attended our church. I know it works, and I know it can work for you. We have the neuroscience that shows us exactly how to do it and that it can be done, as if it's already happened. And in fact, this is the meaning of Mark 11:24. Can we have that up there? Yeah. Oh, there it is, yeah. Whatever you desire when you pray, believe that you receive it, and you will have it. I want you to notice something about that. How do I believe? How do I believe? You know, so that's the first thing that comes to our mind because we think this is real. But that little image you had in your mind a minute ago, I'm willing to bet that some of you today will touch a tennis ball or one of those. That little power you have of imagining that and writing it down and paying attention to it suddenly changes the way your brain is wired so that your brain and your body become wired to whatever your desire is. In other words, your brain and body starts believing it's already done. Believe you have received. That's the acting as if you have received it already. When that happens, the energy from you goes out to the universe and brings to you or causes you to go to people, situations, events, circumstances that match what you have faithfully acted as if. Can I get an amen? Amen. And maybe an A women? In my life, in my own life, now, lo, these many years ago, I left California, and I used to say to people, I knew enough science of mind to be dangerous. And to myself. Yeah. So I wanted to come to Nashville. I was writing country songs in LA. Go figure. And I wasn't doing well. I was having a hard time, blah, blah, blah. As I said, I went to the Science of Mind Church, and then I started applying these ideas. Some of them I remember from my days of post-college about acting as if. And I kept thinking, how would I feel like if I went to Nashville and got a job right away and things started happening for me? How would I feel? Wouldn't I be enthusiastic? Wouldn't I feel good? Wouldn't I mean, you know, even though I was going through some difficult times, I can still imagine what it was like or remember what it was like to feel good. Amen? Amen. So, I started imagining that. And I loaded my wife and I into a truck. I think we had everything that we owned at that time fit into the back of the small truck. And went to Nashville. And in a week, I got a job with Loretta Lynn. She was coming off that movie, remember, Coal Miner's Daughter. And, well, I'll make this long story short. She recorded about 3 or 4 of my songs. I had songs recorded by Mickey Gilley, by Conway Twitty, by, I don't know, all kinds of people. Anne Murray. Anyhow, not to, and understand something, I didn't make a whole lot of money. I had one #1 song by a group called the Kendalls back then, and I think it made me $20,000 at that time. They made, which was a lot of money, I guarantee you then, but it wasn't like earth-shattering. And so I didn't have that. I had a lot of album cuts. Loretta cut a lot of my songs on her albums. But suddenly, I had this urge to tell people about what I knew about acting as if and the science of mind. And I started gathering people together to talk about this. And I'd get my family and 2 friends, and we meet at a table and we discuss things. My idea was I'd get enough people and we'd get a minister to come, right? So I started this. Well, after a month, it became clear I'm supposed to do this. I had had classes in the science of mind. So everything worked out so that I could get a practitioner's license and I could get a ministerial license down in Atlanta. All in perfect divine order. See, I thought I came to Nashville to be a singer and a songwriter. But you know what? I came to Nashville to teach this powerful metaphysical stuff that you taught here. And you get taught it, right? And I just want you to understand. I know completely. I know that sometimes only a small percentage of people really get it, really work at it, really practice it. But my guarantee to you is, if you will practice it, none of your desires are out of bounds. None. What did Jesus also say? All things are possible. Only believe. He didn't say, well, some things, if it's okay with you. He didn't say that. All things are possible. That means whatever you desire now, what healing you want, what joy you want to feel, what love you want to have in your life, it's possible because you are willing and able. You are willing and able to create the neural tissue that opens up your subconscious to the greater possibility. Do you understand? Do you understand what I just said? Well, if you do, turn to someone and explain it to them. Really, I want you to. Because I want you to understand, if you can explain it, you'll start doing it. Oh. Behind? Okay. Okay. Does everyone kind of get it? Okay, here's something I want you to understand. You're creating a memory of something that hasn't happened yet. I want you to understand how powerful that is. Because when that memory is real to you, it will become real in your experience. I attended an advanced Joe Dispenza workshop. It was in Mexico. And I met him. He said, what do you do? And I said, I'm a science of mind minister. And he said, oh, we're in the same business. honey. But they said this at the retreat. Remember your future. That's where you pay attention. You don't pay attention to the faults. You don't pay attention to, well, he said this and it upset me. I wish you would change. Oh, I got to stand behind here for the camera, right? Sorry, I keep moving around. I have a friend who used to be a Pentecostal minister, and they jump around, so maybe there's some Pentecostal in me. But the important thing I want you to understand is this. You are creating your own reality. Oh, I remember the first time I heard that, I thought, those guys are nuts. But as I came to understand it, and I applied myself to it, it became my experience, including setting a church. You know, we had a very successful church in Nashville. And they're still going on. They've got a new minister now. You are creating your own reality. Out there is not real, except you make it real. Huh. And if you start thinking differently, which this stuff will do for you, you'll have a different reality. I hope you don't mind me doing some advertising here. I'm teaching a class in September called The Art and Science of Answered Prayer, where I go into detail with more of these things. And it's on Zoom, and I think Penny, there's a sign-up sheet in the back. So if you are interested in this and you want to know more about it, write your email address, name and email address on it, and I'll send you the info, okay? Because I am a good teacher. And don't you forget it. So I want all of us to start a new story. And I want that new story to begin with these ideas. I am happy, healthy, abundant, and in love with life. You like that? Say this, I am happy. I'm happy. I am healthy. I'm healthy. And I'm in love. With life. Okay, do this one too. I love life. I love life. And life loves me. And life loves me. And that's the way it's supposed to be. And that's the way it's supposed to be. One more time. I love life. I love life. And life loves me. And life loves See, you put your body into it that way. You can, I love life and life loves me. Ready? And that's the way it's supposed to be. And that's the way it's supposed to be. And so it is. And so it is. Okay. You want a prayer now? After that? Okay. Or as I used to say, people would say, can we pray? And they'd say, oh, has it come to that? Yeah? It's come to that. So I'm going to say this in the first person, and I want you to make it personal to yourself. And I want you to think of something good. And so I'm going to speak this word for everyone in this room and everyone everywhere, because we're all connected. There's only one life, one power, one mind, one incredible intelligence and love that we call God, the living Spirit Almighty. And I am one with this love, one with this power, one with this intelligence. We all are. It's there in our hearts. It's in our bodies as life. It's in our minds as ideas and imagination. It's in our hearts as love. And the love for what we want and the love for ourselves to be able to have it. So right now, I know that each one of us will have a blessing this week. Something good is going to happen for you out of the blue. Something that maybe you didn't expect, or maybe something you did expect. But at any rate, something good is going to happen for each and every one of us. So thank you, Father, Mother, God. Thank you, Spirit Almighty. Thank you, dear ones, for opening your hearts to this truth and letting it be so. And all together we say, and so it is. Okay.
Wow, thank you. You know, I was kind of, we just did a Florence Scovel Shen book. And there's another book called Your Word is Your Wand. And for some reason, you know, the word, literal, mental, whatever, that's where the power lies. We're mystics and not musicians, magicians, but not in. But we're working with law. Thank you so much. I hope to have you back soon. And did you mess up my papers up here? Love offering.
Whenever I can.
Yeah. Well, thank you again. And we're all going to leave here inspired and changed. Are we doing the
Yeah, I don't know what's happened.
Something just happened.
we all know this by heart anyway. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love, and I receive in abundance. Now, as we hold the power of will, you remember that? I talked about it a lot. The ability to choose, direct, and commit our thoughts in alignment and divine mind. I'm reminded of a simple, powerful scripture in Deuteronomy 30:19. It says, "Choose this day whom you will serve." In Unity, we understand this not as choosing between external choices, but choosing the consciousness we serve. Choosing love, choosing wisdom, choosing the highest and best within us. Will is the power that lets us make this choice moment by moment. So, as we move into this time of giving, we remember that will is the power that directs our energy. We give with intentionality. We participate in the flow of divine abundance. We choose to support the spiritual community that supports us. We choose to invest in the good we want to see grow. Today, we're not giving out of obligation, but out of willingness. Willingness to say yes to Spirit's work in and through Unity of Chattanooga.
I am so blessed.
I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. Spirit of truth, guide our giving. May what we offer today be directed by love, multiplied by wisdom, and returned to us as peace, joy, and abundance. We give with willingness, and we are blessed by it. And so it is.
So it is.
Okay. Thank you all for your generosity. And if you are new today, please come back. We got a lot of good stuff going on here. So, again, thank you. And following our service today, our prayer chaplain is Corliss, and she will be in the office back here, so if you'd see her after, she'd be more than happy to pray with you. Ann Yeagert is here today, And if you want to stay around, she'll be in the library. If you would like to have a session in the.
We'll be going downstairs this time.
Okay, she will be in the basement with a session of giving of light. We hope you'll stay and join us for fellowship after the service today. And my beloved here requests that you pick up your purses. I don't think anybody has any jackets today, but and so that we can transform this room into a dining room. So with that said, please stand and join me in singing the peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God our Creator, in oneness all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. All right, the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. All right, thank you all. Happy birthday to Penny and Gloria Hastings. So happy birthday to you guys.